Hi guys, today we'll be looking at some of the advanced if functions. And now before we start, let's do a quick refresher of the if function. Let's take a look at the data I have here. I have a list of the presidents of the United States. I have the name, I have the party, I have the previous office, and I have the term. Now the if function checks whether a condition is met, and it returns different values for a true or false result. For example, using the criteria here, if cell G3 equals Republican, don't forget to put that in quotes. So what value do you want it to return if true? Yes. And if this is false, let's say no. And there it is, G3 is Republican and the if statement has returned a yes. Now let's try that. So I'm just going to drag the formula down. So you can see this is not Republican, and that's why this is no. Now, like I stated earlier, the if function checks only one condition. Now, if we wanted to check two conditions, then we'll have to use a nested if, or we'll combine the and or or functions with this if statement. However, a single function will solve that, and that's the ifs function. The ifs function was introduced in Microsoft 2016, I believe. The ifs function allows you to test multiple conditions, and it returns a value that corresponds to the first true condition. I'll show you a simple way of understanding the ifs function. So this function tests the first condition and returns a particular value if true. Now, if this first condition is not true, it moves over to the second condition. And if this is true, it returns the value you want, and so on. You can actually test up to 127 different conditions using this statement. Let's get into this example. My first condition, if the party G10 equals Republican, I want it to return good. Second condition, if the previous office H10 equals senator, it should return great. Enter. You would see that the result it has returned is good. Now, going back to this simple explanation, the if statement returns the value that corresponds to the first true condition. I'll drag the formula down. This has returned great, and the other one returned great as well. Let's audit this formula. To audit your formula, you can either press F2 or you go to the formula bar, highlight what you want to audit, that's the first condition, press the F9 button. It shows you the result of the formula, and you can see that that is false. So our first condition was false. Let's test the second formula. Highlight the condition, press the F9 button, and you see that that is true, and that is why this function returned great. Press the escape button. Let's change the previous office to vice president and see what happens. This still returned good. Remember, the first condition is true. That's why this is good. Let's see what happens to the other examples. The function has returned the NA value. The NA value comes up in the ifs function when the conditions are all false. This function does not have a default value to use when the condition is false. To work around that, you have to add another condition. Press the F2 button and let's edit this formula. Now, because it returns only true, we're going to impute the true function. So you type true. So if this is true, we want it to return not available. So by default, it's going to return not available when the preceding conditions are all false. Can you see that? I'll drag that below. All right, let's try another example. The first condition is that if the party equals democratic, it should return a symbol. To activate the symbols window, press the Windows and period buttons. Let's give that a thumbs up. Now, Excel is going to see this thumbs up symbol as a text, so we have to put it in quotes. Second condition, if the term is greater than 4 years, it should return a Windows and period button again, the victory hand. Let's put this in quotes. I'm going to add a third condition. So if the first two conditions are false, it doesn't return the NA value. So type true, let it return a thumbs down, close the bracket, enter. So the result is a thumbs down because the party is Republican. So the first condition is false and the term is equal to 4. So the second condition is false as well. That's why the result is a thumbs down. Let's drag this down. Oh, this is a thumbs up. That's because the first condition is true. Let's change this to 5. Oh, look at that. We got the victory hand. In the next video, you'll learn more about COUNTIFS, SUMIFS, and AVERAGEIFS. Click the bell icon so you get a notification when the video is uploaded. Please subscribe, share the video, and hit the like button.